Evan,
Yes, good morning.
you look
Oh, good evening.
you look so handsome, yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I thought I should put on a tie, especially for you. Yeah.
Dira, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm very happy here in Brazil. You know why, my family is here and the weather, the house, everything is better here for me.
Understand. Fully
Yeah,
understand, Dira. Compared to
yeah.
living in Wellington, maybe, yeah.
I maybe.
I know.
The house is very nice. Yeah, the house is very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, now we have a time. And now I have Evan because Evan was traveling all the time with my virtual husband. Now he's in home. Something new for me. I said, something, you are sympathetic. And I'm going to sign a contract for 30 more years.
So you
Yeah.
cannot get rid of him right now.
Don't do that.
Don't be selfish, Tira. Don't be selfish. The world needs Evan.
Well, the life change. The life change a lot with depending here for that. Yeah, but it's good. Good.
It does. No, this is really great. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. This just shows that no matter where we are friends anyway.
Yeah.
That is what this shows.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Ichan looks so tired, Evan.
I look so tired.
Yeah.
Dissertation.
Writing
Me,
dissertation.
Ichan.
Very tiring, very tiring, very tiring. But Paqueco, I learned from you that you can be tired but satisfied.
Yes, that's the point.
That's the point. You look tired but satisfied.
That is good. That is very good. Thank you.
Let me tell you something. Evan lost almost 10 kilos with it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to begin our virtual ceremony. Please mute your microphone and remain silent for the duration of the ceremony. Thank you for your kind cooperation. Good evening, Indonesia, and good morning, Brazil. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is very delightful to welcome you here today to the virtual conferment ceremony to appoint Professor Evan Michael Berman as an adjunct professor at the Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Indonesia. Please allow me to warmly welcome Head of Indonesia's National Government Internal Auditor, Dr. Candidate Muhammad Yusuf Ateh, MBA. Professor and Associate Dean, Master of Philosophy and Doctor of Philosophy, Program in Public Administration and Government, FGV Brazil, Professor Host Antonio Papin de Oliveira. Our Honorable Adjunct Professor, Professor Evan Michael Berman, Dean of Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Indonesia, Professor Dr. Eko Prasojo. Deputy Dean and Faculty Management of Faculty of Administrative Science, and last, Head of Study Programs of Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Indonesia. My name is Kres Anselmo Patahila. I am a first-year student at the Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Indonesia, studying for Business Administration. And I am very proud to serve you as Master of Ceremony for today's important event. Before we proceed, please allow me to briefly inform you about the outline of our today's virtual conferment ceremony. Firstly, we will watch a short video profile of the Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Indonesia. Secondly, Dean Eko Prasojo will deliver his welcoming speech and then followed by another short video to introduce our special and honorable guest, Professor Evan Michael Berman. Following the video, we will conduct the inauguration ceremony to officially appoint Professor Evan Michael Berman as an adjunct professor at Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Indonesia. Later on, we will hear an inaugural speech by Professor Evan Michael Berman. And finally, we will have a group photo session together. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let us begin today's virtual conferment ceremony. To start off, we would like to present you a video profile of Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Indonesia. Please enjoy.
In every organization, changes and policies require important instruments to maintain the organization's existence and sustainability in the midst of rapid global changes. In this regard, the administrative science act as pivotal instrument to study, measure, control, and formulate better directions. And the Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Indonesia, is ready to produce excellent human resources who will be able to play vital roles in an organization. Currently, Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Indonesia has 3 departments, namely Public Administration, Business Administration, and Fiscal Administration. Public Administration. Students in this program are prepared to become an excellent human resource in understanding the issue and development of governance and analyze various policies to deal with national, regional, as well as global challenges. Fiscal Administration. This program aims to create a capable human resource to understand tax policies and administration, as well as micro and macro taxation. Business Administration. This program prepares students to meet challenges through the development of strategic leadership, management, entrepreneurship, and nurturing the innovative mindset to increase individual competitiveness in facing national, regional, and global challenges. Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Indonesia establishes international collaboration with reputable institutions in terms of research, inbound and outbound lecturers or students, executive development programs, and double degree programs, including the presence of Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Indonesia is one of the pillars of education that will not only produce graduates with specific knowledge in the fields of administration, but also be able to become role model for other administrative faculties in Indonesia and the world.
A truly informative video. Moving along to upon today's virtual ceremony, I would like to call upon the Dean of Faculty of Administrative Science, Professor Dr. Eko Prasojo. Professor, you have the spotlight.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody in Jakarta, and good morning, everybody in Sao Paulo. So, distinguished Professor Evan Berman, my best friend from Fundacio Getulio Vargas. Is that correct, Evan? Fundacio Getulio Vargas.
Getulio
Vargas. Thank you, Ricardo. I just try to speak Brazilian. Excellency, my best friend too, Dr. Candidate Muhammad Yusuf Ateh, Pak Ateh, is head of National Agency for Finance and Development Oversight of the Republic of Indonesia. Thank you very much for coming, Pak Ateh. Professor Jose Antonio Pupim, Associate Dean, Sao Paulo School of Management, FGP Brazil, and all distinguished colleagues from FGP, Professor Ricardo Gomez and Dr. Vinicius Nivea, all my colleagues from the Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Indonesia, Dr. Roy Saloma, Dr. Retno Kusumasuti, Dr. Reza Fatur Rahman, Dr. Teguh Kurniawan, Kandidat Dr. Juliansa Pultra Zulkarnain, and others colleagues from Universitas Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Universitas Indonesia, I am privileged and honored to welcome you to this very special event to inaugurate Professor Evan Berman as an adjunct professor at the Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Indonesia. The conferment of adjunct professor title to Professor Evan Berman is the highest appreciations from Universitas Indonesia given to a distinguished professor based on his outstanding contribution in the global development of administrative sciences and in promoting knowledge transfer and exchange in managing successful administrative reform. This award is also the very first time of its kind awarded by our faculty. So my first interaction with Professor Evan was at the Asian Public Management Forum in 2010, around 10 years ago, exactly by the time that APA was established. Since then, we have been collaborating intensively, both as academician and professional, including to produce a number of co-publications. For instance, a book on leadership and public sector reform in Asia in 2018, and in article in the PPMR this year on intergovernmental strategies advancing performance management use together with Pak Ateh. Evan, in my eyes, is very humble and an easygoing person. But once we change the subject to the work target, he is very serious about it. Perhaps this is Evan Berman's success recipe: hardworking and goal-oriented. Evan and his lovely wife, Dira, have already visited us here in Jakarta for several times now. If there were no pandemic-19, there is a greater chance that they are now with us here. During Evan's last visits, we made a promise to meet each other in Sao Paulo early next year and staying there for a while before heading to Rio to watch the world's famous carnival. Hopefully we could really make it soon, Evan and Dira. So resonating from the Brazilian football legend, Pele's inspirational quote, "Enthusiasm is everything. It must be taught and vibrating like a guitar string." We are very enthusiastic to strengthen this partnership between UI and FGV. We look forward to pursuing further excellent collaboration with you and colleagues, and welcome Professor Evan Berman to VIA, who is big family. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for a delightful speech, Professor. Next, we would like to introduce Professor Evan Michael Berman through this video we have prepared for you. Please take a look. Thank you for watching the video.
Thank you.
Moving along, I would like to call upon the head of Indonesia's National Government Internal Auditor, Dr. Candidate Muhammad Yusuf Ate, MBA. Doctor, you have the spotlight.
Thank you, Chris Anselmo. You have a difficult name for Indonesia. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and Evan, good morning. I believe it's still morning there. It's been a while since the last time we met. I hope you're doing well. And I look at you and you're doing well now. Hi, Dira. How are you? It's honor. It's an honor to have you here with us. It's a long time not to see you.
It's true.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ivan is a dear friend of mine whom I have known for years. I came to know him when he and our team from my deputy from the Ministry of Administrative Reform in Indonesia worked together in developing performance management policy for Indonesia. I think it's about 1 or 2 years. Yeah, right, Ivan? And it's a wonderful experience to work with you, Ivan. In this increasingly challenging world, we think academic play crucial roles in establishing fruitful partnership between academic and practitioner. Evan is a true example of distinctive academic who has successfully presented Indonesian cases and practices to global attention. His work and dedication have brought us many insightful knowledge in improving the quality of public administration in Indonesia and also reform in Indonesia. And we thank very much to you, Ms. Ivan. Ivan, I hereby offer my warmest congratulations on your new adjunct professorship at the University of Indonesia. I believe that today marks a new beginning for both Faculty of Administrative Science, University of Indonesia, and you, from which we may expect many valuable outcomes in the future. We are looking forward for you, Evan and Dira, to visit Jakarta again, and please come to visit me in my new office. I think you never come here, and we will visit for you. Thank you, Professor Eko, for the opportunity for me to say something for Evan, my dearest friend, the smiling professor, and always smile. You always smile everywhere. Thank you, Evan. See you again. Thank you, Prof. Eko.
Thank you very much, Pak Ate.
Thank you, Pak Ate. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Muhammad Yusuf Ate, MBA, for the speech. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to proceed to the main agenda, the inauguration ceremony. Adjunct professor is an honorable academic degree awarded by Universitas Indonesia for individual distinguished professors who are considered meritorious and highly productive in supporting the development of science and mutual collaboration between Universitas Indonesia and their affiliated university. At this moment, the Faculty of Administrative Science is delighted to inaugurate Professor Evan Michael Berman as an adjunct professor as a recognition of his significant contribution. On behalf of Universitas Indonesia, Professor Eko Prasojo will present a certificate to Professor Evan Michael Berman. The certificate will mark the initial journey of Professor Evan Michael Berman as an adjunct professor at the Faculty of Administrative Science, Universitas Indonesia.
Thank you. Where is the certificate, Chris? Show the audience the certificate. This is the certificate signed by Director of Universitas Indonesia, Professor Ari Kuncoro. So on behalf of the Rector and all Civitas Academia from University of Indonesia, I would like to give appreciations and appointment of adjunct professor for Professor Evan Michael Berman. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Professor Evans. We hope that we can collaborate each other for the next future. Thank you for being with us so far and for doing collaborations with us in publications, research, and also teaching. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Virtually appreciation.
Virtually received.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor Dr. Eko Prasojo. And I would like to say congratulations, Professor Evan Michael Berman, for the appointment. Ladies and gentlemen, you can give some clap reaction. Okay, thank you. Continuing to the next agenda, our newest adjunct professor will deliver his inaugural speech. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Professor Evan Michael Berman. Professor, you have the spotlight.
Yeah.
Yes, Evan, please.
Okay. Oh, very good. Very good. Very good. Okay, very good. Thank you very much, Pak Eko, Mas Reza, Mas Ichan, Dune, Pak Roy, Vinicius, Julia, Jose, Magna, Retno, everybody else. Thank you so much for joining us, and Pak Ate, so much for joining us this morning or this evening at this ceremony. It really means a lot to me, and I'm extremely happy and honored to receive this appointment as adjunct professor at the University of Indonesia. It truly is an honor and privilege, and I really promise and commit myself to make the most of it to advance our scholarship together to bring a knowledge of innovative public administration reforms into the world, and also to further our cooperation between the University of Indonesia and Fundação Getúlio Vargas. Absolutely. I want to thank the rector of University of Indonesia for making this appointment formal. And of course, I want to thank the efforts of Pak Eko and Reza and others for making this possible. And most of all, I want to thank my wife, Dira, for being my partner on this journey and so often coming with me on trips to Depok. We have come a long way. This is very true. And I don't need to repeat what has already been said. But I believe my first visit to the campus at Depok was during the Asian Group for Public Administration meeting, ACPA meeting in 2014. But as Pak Eko says, we met before in 2010. I remember meeting Pak Eko the first time. It is hard to forget. Very friendly, very smart, and very quiet. When Pak Eko speaks, you better listen well, because what he says is usually very important, and it usually comes true. But what we learned in that meeting was that we have very similar commitments. It's a commitment to administrative reform, and more importantly, to use the power of administrative reform to improve the civil service and to bring real benefits to the people of Indonesia or wherever in the world. Now, I know most of you know my story, and it is very great to be among friends. But I would just, for the record, like to repeat something that is the history. We left America in 2008 to come to Asia, where I joined National Chengchi University, which is Taiwan's top social sciences university. And I did that in order to better explore public administration in Asian context. Clearly, Asia has been growing for the last 20 years, taking a very important part in the world, but not enough scholars and people were writing about the contribution of public management to that process. Even today, I feel that too many scholars are focused on American PA or UK PA, which provides a more micro view of public administration instead of the broader role of public management and public administration reform in the world. And I do not believe that the Western perspective provides an adequate framework for understanding the impact that public management can have. And in truth, it's only in the last 4 or 5 years that that framework, the larger impact of public management, is coming ever and ever clearer in my head. And what I've learned from Indonesia has played an important part in that. Now, we have done a lot together, and a lot has already been said about that. We edited a book together on leadership and public administration reform in Asian countries. We worked hard, much thanks to Ichan, over several years to develop an innovative double degree with Victoria University of Wellington in New Zealand. That was a very innovative process. Both our universities had to push frontiers and create new things. And it's amazing how in a short time that model has become adopted and accepted in other places. And I'm really looking forward with Julia and Jose to bring that model to Fundação Getúlio Vargas. I'm sure we can do that, and that'll be a great opportunity to further South-South cooperations. Yes, things might take a little bit longer, but that is the nature of these events, and we will do that. Pak Eko also introduced me to Pak Ate, then the Deputy Minister of Indonesia's Ministry of Administrative Reform and leader of the Directorate General of Bureaucratic Reforms, Accountability and Supervision. Pak Ate played a very important role. He introduced performance management in Indonesian, also called Saki. And I was very fortunate to work with him to do a study over about 18 to 24 months on how his office at the National Government Office promoted the introduction of performance management in cities throughout Indonesia. That is truly a world-class effort. I don't know of no other country that has been so successful, where the national government has led so successfully for increasing the capabilities of local government, and through that, in each of those cities, producing 5, 10, or sometimes 20 significant new programs that have lifted the well-being and the economic progress and the welfare of people in those cities. It is a model that deserves far more attention than what it has had, and I'm very glad to have played a small role in that, in providing the scientific evidence for the impact of that program. For people from Brazil who are listening in, this would be the equivalent of a ministry, an office in Brasilia of not more than 70 people, visiting all of the medium and major cities of Brazil, and creating administrative reform, much more effective management practices in all those cities of Brazil. Imagine what that could do. And this is what Pak Ate has done. He is a model for the kind of leadership that senior civil servants can bring. It's an honor to have been working with you. But it was Pak Eko who introduced me to you. And everybody who worked with Pak Eko has the opportunity to enrich their life in this ways. I want to note two things, though, that sort of stand out about who I am and what has been important for me. In my career of about 25 years, working with senior officials like Pak Ate has been the privilege and honor, bar nothing else. My first experience was actually in Central Florida, a vastly growing region of the United States. And there, where I was for about 8 years, I had the opportunity to work with 3 city managers of different sized cities in Central Florida. Now, all of these city managers had one thing in common. They had masters or PhDs in public administration. And so they understood the value of what we can do and what we're trying to do. And I learned so much from them about how to make a performance improvement in cities, and of the challenges of working with elected officials on city councils. We did very, very great work, and I remember many of them, and it has inspired my scholarship a lot. The second time was when I came to Taiwan, and I had the opportunity to work with the deputy mayor of Seoul. They promoted a program of creativity management, which was an effort to require senior managers, middle managers, but also employees to suggest ways in which their department could do things better, either for the for the people of Seoul in general, or with regard to the clients that their office was working with. It was a joy working with that, talking to civil servants in Seoul and like so. The third time was working with Pak Ate, which was absolutely the highlight of my career in the last couple of years. I already spoke about his work, so I won't go into that now, except to say that he's currently the head of Indonesia's Financial and Development Supervisory Agency, which in my understanding is that he's a chief auditor of all auditors in Indonesia. And so the potential through increased accountability to push reforms through is very important. If there's one thing that we've learned in the Asian model of public administration reform, it is that ensuring accountability is the lever to make things happen. So it is fantastic, and it would be a pleasure if another opportunity came along. So working with senior civil servants like Pak Ate has been something that I've very much enjoyed, and that I look forward to doing. And I hope some opportunity might come forward through this role. And I might actually include Pak Eko in that category too. So he is an academic, but he's also the former Vice Minister of Administrative Reform as well. So he is the excellent blending of that. And this is why, by the way, I went into public administration and not economics or political science. Because public administration truly has the opportunity of having both feet in both worlds, and I truly enjoy that. The second thing I want to point about my journey has been the commitment over time. Circumstances change often and dramatically, but the commitments that we have to our purpose, they stay the same. That is our North Star. That is what guides us. I moved from America to National Chengchi University. I moved from there to Victoria University. I'm now at the Fundação Getúlio Vargas. Pak Eko moved from being Vice Minister to now Dean, and who knows what the future may be. Ichan has come in and out of roles. Reza is in a role, and he'll may move to another. Things change. It's a very dynamic change. Nothing stays more than just a couple of years. But when we have commitment, we always find the opportunity through new projects and new jobs to help realize our commitment. So knowing what our commitment is, that is, I think, the true measure of the man and the woman. What are you truly standing for? And so my commitment is really in the belief that that public administration reform matters, and that the public service can and is necessary for lifting the good of people. And that public administration reform is a vehicle, a very important vehicle for improving the welfare of people, and that every country has something to contribute. And where there are innovative reforms going, it is the obligation of countries not only to take from the world knowledge of innovative reforms and how we can make our world better, but where we do something new to also bring knowledge about that and to export that to the world as well. So things come and go, but our commitments stay the same. And let me just say, when I was in Taiwan, I heard a phrase for the first time. Every country teaches me something, and I'm very fortunate and privileged to be recipient of that. In Taiwan, people don't use the word job really. They use the word platform. They say your job is just a platform to make something happen. And so whatever our job is, it's just a platform for realizing our commitment. So now we look ahead. We live in an era in globalization that has been going on for 20 or 30 years. And if there is one thing that we have learned in our field over the last 10 years, it is that we have 200 countries in the world that all do basically the same. Each country, large or small, is going to have a ministry of finance. It's going to have concern with the environment. It's going to have a ministry of health and education. They're all going to have very similar ministries, and they're all going to have very similar problems of poverty, of corruption, of inequities, of concern with the environment, of epidemics and catastrophes that come, whether it's a tsunami or COVID. Yes, there were contextual differences between Brazil and Indonesia and other countries, and those are true. But what is very interesting, I believe, is that my work and that of other people does not give evidence that those contextual matters are all that important. They color the task, they color how things get done, but they don't change the task, and even not the highway of how reform is implemented. And that's really good news, because it means that we have a lot in common, and that we can learn from each other. If we were all different in fundamental ways, there would be nothing to learn from each other. But that is not the case. We have learned that we have a lot more in common than that which is different. Indeed, I would say in this time, this era, I would say truth and facts matter more than ever. The need for knowledge that really works is more important than ever. And we really need people who can show the way in addressing important problems of our time. It's not about the problems of the past. From an academic point of view, we really know how to deal with that. Yes, many public agencies still need to do that, and we need to learn maybe how to lift the lower level up. But we have many new challenges too, and we need people who can shine the way. And when that opportunity, when some country does that, it is important to document that and to bring that to the rest of the world. I believe this is the true task of scholarship in our era right now, to bring what is important and useful in one place and to bring that to the world. So my commitment and belief is that by working on excellent cutting-edge practical issues of public governance, we can both improve the welfare of people and shine light for all other countries on how they too can improve on those conditions in their countries. That has been, in a nutshell, my driving motivation for the last 20 years, and I truly expect that to be the same during my appointment as your adjunct professor of public administration as well. So as we now build a new chapter in our friendship, and we share deep mutual and ongoing commitments to public administration reform and improving the welfare of our people, I'm confident that in the near future, we will find yet new projects to work on. We are currently working on an important project of strengthening strategic management leadership by public agency director in national governments, a long overlooked topic, but so important these days. It's very important that national government gets new attention, and I'm very glad that that has been recognized in Indonesia as well. So we will continue to do this project, and we will bring the results of this project to the world. And I'm very lucky that we can do it in comparative fashion between Indonesia and Brazil, two countries that have so much in common. Few people from Brazil know Indonesia, few people from Indonesia know Brazil, but if there are two countries that, based on the metrics, have a lot in common, it is surely in Indonesia and Brazil. So thank you again very much for this great honor. It's a pleasure. It's a great honor and a pleasure to be appointed as adjunct professor. Every country has much to contribute, and I'm very happy to contribute to bringing the contributions of Indonesia and Brazil into the world. And again, I want to thank my wife Dira for being a partner on this journey. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, you can put your thumbs up or clap reaction for our newest adjunct professor, Professor Evan Michael Berman. And thank you so much, Professor, for your motivating speech and wonderful journey, Professor. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we will hear some congratulatory words. I call upon Dr. Reza Faturrahman, Head of International Office, to moderate the session.
Okay, so thank you very much, Chris, for the opportunity. So first of all, I would like to say congratulations again, a very well-deserved adjunct professor title also for Professor Evan Berman. So I would like to moderate and give some opportunities to the participants here to congratulate Professor Evan Berman. So this morning or this evening, so in Jakarta. First of all, I would like to call Dr. Roy Salomo, the head of Public Administration Departments. Please, sir, so would you like to say a few words for Evan?
Okay, thank you, Reza. Well, Evan, we are so happy here in the faculty. You are one of the Indonesian public administration colleague idol, you know. well, we spend in a lot of activities, but one thing I cannot remember, when we developed the curriculum in New Zealand, 1 week with earthquake, every day earthquake, wow. And you still there, and you just smile whenever the quake come. You just said, can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Oh. Ichan worried a lot about that earthquake, and you just said, can you feel it? So we are very happy. Now you are part of the family in our faculty. So congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pak Roy. Oh, the beautiful memories that we had working, create the double degree in the middle of earthquakes.
So thank you very much, also, Pak Roy. I see so many. I see here so many important persons attending also this ceremony. I would like to call right now also our colleagues from FGV. Perhaps I would like to start from Professor. How to pronounce it? Jose, please. So Professor Jose is the associate dean that I think leading or chairing the master and PhD program at FGV. Please.
Good evening, good morning, everyone. First of all, thank you very much for the invitation to participate in this ceremony to give Professor Evan Berman the title of adjunct professor. I know that's very prestigious. The University of Indonesia, you are really honored that Evan is part of our faculty, and it's also creating these strong links between FGV, ISP, and also University of Indonesia for the possibility of in the future we have a joint programs. He has already started collaboration. You had just a few months back a joint class that he was teaching. And also you plan to next year to strengthen even with the see the good side of COVID, because all classes are online, and being online, there are a lot of possibilities to make all these interactions, no? And I hope that in the future also, as he said, that you can do comparative research, because I think Brazil and Indonesia, two large countries, you know, the fourth and fifth country in terms of population, and I think they have a lot to learn from each other. And then you look forward to strengthen our relation with University of Indonesia and also other universities in Indonesia that are interested in the topics of public administration, public management, and hope that in the future you have joint programs, but also more collaboration between and the faculty members. Thank you very much, all the colleagues from University of Indonesia for granting Professor Evan Berman this distinction honor to be adjunct professor, and is also honor us as an institution very much, and I look forward for more collaboration. Thank you.
Thank you
so much. But let me just add to Jose. I really want to thank Jose for bringing me from New Zealand to Brazil. We had our first conversation. It's a global world and how important Asia is, because these conversations, they happen in Asia. They did not happen in North America. They did not happen in Brazil. They happened in Shanghai at Fudan. And at Fudan is Ijia Jing, who's pretty well known in public administration as well. And he was giving some talks over there, and I happened to be there. And so we talked about our wives from Brazil, right? And that's how that sort of started. So it just showed that the global networks and the global community is really important. And again, I just want to give a shout out to Jose for making this possible. And if Liesman is there, I didn't see him, but I saw him at one point anyway. It was a pleasure working and doing these joint classes online during coronavirus, and they were very popular. The students really liked it, and it was joint learning, and we learned. Eza, thank you so much for helping this. We learned lessons. We know how to do it better next time. These things grow. You give it a couple of years, and it becomes institutionalized. It'll work very, very well, very, very well. So thank you so much, Jose. Much appreciated.
Okay, thanks, Evan. Thanks, Jose, so for your lovely congratulation words. Talking about the global partnership, we are also grateful that Yulia also here. So Professor Yulia von Maltzahn is the Associate Dean for Global Affairs and also Professor at the Business School FGV. Would you like to say a few words also for Evan, please, Yulia?
Yeah, thank you so much for giving me the word. Of course, I would like to congratulate my dear colleague Evan, a new colleague. Unfortunately, we haven't seen much of each other in person, face to face, because I think we met like a couple of times in the beginning of this year, and then the rest was all virtual, even so close. So I must say, I'm very proud of having Evan as a colleague who has been invited by your grade school to become a joint professor. It's a great honor for us to have Evan in this position, and he is a very proactive professor. It's a pleasure to work with him, full of ideas on how to increase our collaboration, specifically right now with your school, and I'm very pleased to work with him. In one of the previous speeches, it was said that he's a very pleasant person, and I can only agree to that. And but he's very focused on his work, and I can only say yes, that's absolutely correct. He's very professional in his work and full of ideas, and I think that I'm very convinced that this new cooperation, this link that he will create now, being a professor at both of our institutions, will be a great option for us and create new opportunities. We have been already in contact with Indonesia for quite a while, because we are in the same international alliance of the GNAM network with the business schools. So it's really wonderful that we now enhance our cooperation. And I'm looking forward now to work hard on the double degree program and to make it happen as soon as possible. So thank you again, Evan, and congratulations from the Office for Global Affairs, and of course from our deans, Dean Brito and Talis, who were not able, unfortunately, to join us this morning.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, so Yulia. So, and then I would like to call a very important person in the Republic of Indonesia, His Excellency, the Commissioner of Civil Service Indonesian Commission, Dr. Rudiarto Sumarwono. Please, sir, would you like to deliver a few words also for Evan?
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Reza. Mila amigo, Evan Berman.
Thank you.
Yeah. Evan is since I think 2012 when we met in Hong Kong when ACPA conference with Prof. Eko at the time. Since then, every year we meet each other in every public administration conference around the world, I think. Thank you for your sharing about global public administration. I learned a lot from you about public administration, but certainly I know that you learned about keto administration from me, right? You and Dira is my international PhD student on the keto. I think I can see both of you is a graduate from this PhD program on keto. I'm very happy about that. And again, as mentioned by Professor Eko Prasojo, we already discussing the opportunity to see the Rio Carnival in you, even when you offer the job by FGV, I think 1 year ago, before December, before you moved to Brazil, we already discussed the possibility that we will see the Rio Carnival as soon as we can address and overcome the COVID-19. Okay, congratulations, Evan. Congratulations, Dira. And te vejo en breve. We say see you soon.
Thank you.
I hope.
Yeah,
Pak Rudi, I hope you give speech more than 10 minutes. You gave only 1 minute speech.
For Jose and Julia, so Rudi is a civil service commissioner in Indonesia. So he gave a lecture in one of our 3 classes that we did online. He contributes so much practical knowledge out of public administration. The style that he presents it, our students in Brazil just loved it, And I learned so much from him too, as well. But he is right. Talk about transformation. You never know where it comes from in your life. You just never know. So in my role at Victoria, I was the director of internationalization, and New Zealand has one of those locations that we joke, from New Zealand, we fly 12 hours to get to nowhere. Because after 12 hours, you're still only in Singapore, Hong Kong, or Los Angeles, and you're still nowhere, right? You're still not where you need to be. So I spent a lot of hours, like Dara said, in an airplane, and I gained way too much weight. Way too much weight. I must have put on, honestly, over 10 kilos, at least. And so when I met Rudy, he talked to me about keto. I heard something about that, like so. But he really put me onto it. This was about 3 years ago. But Dara and I both went on keto. I won't tell you how much she lost, but I certainly lost more than 10 kilos. And after moving to Brazil and with everyone enjoying the great food of Brazil, we went on keto again. So the second time, Rudy. So you really had transformative impact on my life, and I'm forever grateful. Forever grateful, man. You're the best. You're the best.
Okay, so thank you very much, His Excellency, for your words. Next one, I think there are so many persons that really deserve also to say something. I would like to provide opportunities for the floor. Please give your time if you would like to say something, because it's very difficult. Okay, so please, Ricardo, the floor is yours.
Okay, it's a great pleasure to be here to join my dear friend Ivan Berman and his lovely wife Gira Berman. I know Ivan for about 15 years when he first visited University of Viçosa, the place I used to work with. So we are here and trying to get more close, but the pandemic is not helping at all. But we're hoping to get things to normal. And, Evan is a wonderful person, and he's bringing insights, knowledge, and his the way of seeing the life. Someone told that it was the earthquake, and Evan was a smile, because it's the way he sees the life. Thank you, everything, and congratulations, Evan. A well-deserved award you are receiving.
Thank you, Ricardo. Thank you very much. By the way, Ricardo introduced me to doce de leche. Now, people from Indonesia don't know what I'm talking about, but you still will when you come here. Don't worry. When you come, you will understand. Ricardo, thank you so much. You've been a wonderful friend for, like you say, we know each other a long time, and I would not have gone to Viçosa if you had not invited me. So thank you so much.
Maybe I am the one to blame. There's some pounds you put on, and now you try to get rid of.
It's very true. Thank you. Hope to see you soon again.
Okay, thanks very much, so Ricardo. So perhaps anyone also would like to also say a word or two to Evan?
Maybe Mbak Retno, Mas Reza.
Okay, please. Mbak Retno, so Dr. Retno is Associate Dean. Okay, so Retno and then Megna. So please, Mbak Retno.
Evan, good morning there. Good evening for friends here. Of course, I'm very happy to join you in this inauguration or ceremony. I'm very happy and pleasure to have you as a member of our family. Since I met you in 2019, if I'm not mistaken, in New Zealand, you've been a very handsome, not only handsome and beautiful couple, but you are very smart and prestigious scholar. So I'm very honored to know you, Evan. I'm dreaming to become a public administration scholar, but unfortunately, I'm a business administration. So, Evan, congratulations. And I'm very
Thank you
happy.
so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Every time we meet, I so enjoy your company. So
Yeah.
much. So much. We should spend more time together, hang
Yes,
out together.
we will visit
Ratna,
you.
do you know why Ivan look more handsome?
Yes, 10 years
No,
younger.
because he have a new glasses, I think.
It's true. Thank you. Very true. It's true. It's true. It's true. It's true.
Right.
It's good.
Okay, Mas Reza, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, Ketna.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Retno. I would like to call our colleague from the US, from Professor Megna, please. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you all. And thank you, Evan, especially for making me a part of this wonderful ceremony. Hi, Dira. Good to see you. Evan and I met at a ASPA conference, American Society of Public Administration, when I was a brand new assistant professor. I went up to Evan and said, congratulations, you've got these wonderful books on public administration in South Asia and Southeast Asia and East Asia. And very naively, I asked him, I said, Evan, what about a book on South Asia? And he didn't know me from anywhere. I know him because I was using his books, and he's such a big name in the field. And looking up to him, he looked at me and said, do you want to do it? And, again, I'm an assistant professor, and I was like, do a book on South Asia. And it was quite intimidating, but we did take it up. And I've known him since 12 years now, and just an incredible mentor. I'm a full professor now, and I credit my academic accomplishments and journey to Evan quite. Evan's been not just a leading scholar in the field of public administration, international scholar. He's a true mentor and a great leader in the field. So he truly deserves this award, and I hope he gets many more. And I'm just wonderful to be also part of this team working with Indonesia, fellow Indonesians. And so thank you all. This is great. Thanks.
Oh, thank you, Magna. I'm very touched. Magna, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think Magna
I'm sorry,
is being,
I did not wear a suit. I'm sorry. It's 7 a.m. in the morning, so I.
Okay.
But I just want to say that Magna, I think she's being too generous with her comments, because the friendship that we've developed and the things that she has brought to my life are just incredible as well. So things that I certainly could not do alone. And working with her, she just makes the journey. There's so many people in the world who make the journey a better journey. And no one can do everything alone, and life is not intended that way. And so when we can find 4 billion, how many billion of people in the world, right? But if you can just find 3 or 4 close friends for your journey to work with, that makes life 100 times better. So Magna, thank you so much for coming up and asking me that stupid question.
Okay, so thank you, Megna, Evan. Before I turn back to our moderator, I would like to call our Associate Dean, so Professor Haula. I think she also here joining with us. Would you like to say a few words to congratulate Evan? Okay.
I don't see her.
Yeah,
I see.
don't see her, yeah.
Okay.
She's not here.
Okay, so I think every single of us would like to congratulate him as well, but unfortunately, I really need us to stop this session. Otherwise, we wouldn't stop the session until tomorrow, perhaps. So, thank you very much for your kind words.
Reza, give a time for Mas Ichan.
Oh, okay. A special request for our Dr. Candidate Zuliansyah Putra Zulkarnain.
For Ivan.
Hello, Evan. Hello, everybody. Hello, Dira. Good evening and good morning in Brazil. Too many, I don't know what to say, because too many stories that we have, Evan. I mean, since I know you that you have been such a very great mentor for me and always encouraging me to do and focus in my field, my discipline. And then you give us, particularly me myself, an opportunity to show to the world and to share to the world that what we have learned in Indonesian public administrations. And I always remember you said to me that what does the world can give to Indonesia and what does Indonesia could give to the world in terms of public administrations. So it is very encouraging what you said to me. And I believe in the near futures that after I finish my very tough time, you know, so I could beat the German.
Yeah.
And then I'll join immediately to the club. And of course, though I do not attend the meeting, but I always ask Reza, especially Prof. Eko, to the progress that we have in our research collaborations. Again, that is our honor and it's a great opportunity for me to have you, let's say, could more strengthen our friendship. What all the things about the adjunct professor that the most important thing for you and for me, especially, is our friendship that lasts longer. Thank you very much, Evan, and very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dira. Thank you, Dira. And don't forget, book a hotel for me for visiting the Brazilian Carnival.
That's right. That is very right. That is very right. Like I said, you know, everybody contributes something, you know, and with Ichan, the work that we did together, that was only became possible due to our friendship. It doesn't start with friendship, but that's if you're lucky, you work together and it becomes friendship. And so I'm really looking forward to Ichan finishing up in Germany with his PhD. And as soon as possible, please finish as soon as possible, yes, so that we can create a new chapter in our friendship.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
Okay, so finger crossed. So Mas Ichan. So right now, so I would like to turn back this microphone to our moderator, Chris, please. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mas Reza. Thank you all so much for your heartwarming words. And I would like to say congratulations, Professor, and welcome to our big colony, our big family.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we will hold a photo session. Please turn on your video on and please follow my instruction.
Yeah.
If it's possible, may all attendees turn on their video camera and follow my instruction.
Yeah. Yeah. Where are you?
I'll be back. You're going to take a picture, no?
Dira, join, Dira.
Dira, you can stay here.
Yeah, like that.
You got to stay here.
Very good.
Yeah, so I'll do it more on your
Okay, we will start from the first page. Please smile and say Via UI. Countdown in 3, 2, 1. Via UI.
Via UI.
Okay, thank you. The next page, please turn on your video and smile and say Via UI in 3, 2, 1. Via UI.
Via UI.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. That was the end of our photo session. Distinguished professors, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for attending our conferment ceremony. As today's event has ended, it is time to bid you adieu. Have a nice day, and we hope to see you next time. Obrigado, Xavier, Professor.
Thank you
very much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Irfan. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Anisius, thank you so much. Dunay, thank you